Hello YouTubers, today we celebrate National Batman Day. It's also the day that the DC Universe app launches. Now, Batman is a major part of my life. He is a national icon. He is a global icon. And he has existed for almost 80 years. That's a long time for a character. And I think what makes Batman so special, at least to me, is that he's a man. He's a person who's human. He doesn't have super strength. He can't fly. He can't see through walls. Bullets don't bounce off of him. He is a man who basically pushed his body and mind to become the best person he could be, to become the Batman, the Caped Crusader, the Dark Knight. And I love this character. There are so many incarnations, whether it be the dark and brooding hero, his sidekicks over the numerous decades, his wacky, zany, out-of-this-world adventures, to being pure camp and for children, and back to being dark and even going darker than he ever was before. Batman has many faces, many layers. That's what's made him relevant and withstand the decades. I love him. My brother showed me Batman on VHS, the 1989 film, and that is my introduction to Batman. I grew up with Michael Keaton's Batman. From then, I caught the animated series, Batman Forever. Even as a kid, Batman and Robin just rung the wrong way. And then we had finally the Dark Knight trilogy, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises, onto our modern DCEU. Batman was created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, of course, and it's great. These men created an iconic hero. And so many of us want to be Batman. Sure, you need money, you need other things, gadgets, but what makes him such a relatable character is, again, he's a man. He's a person, he's a human being. And we all could be Batman, you know? He's a symbol to look up to. And I just love Batman. On this Batman Day, I just want to profess my love of the character. I did a video last year going over my love and history of the character. I also have a video going over my top 10 favorite Michael Keaton moments. But there are just so many moments. I personally like the more dark and brooding kind of gothic hero. But one thing I love about Batman that's never really mentioned, I'm hoping future films delve upon, is that he's a detective. He's the world's greatest detective. And I like the crime procedural element of the comic books, of the character. He never gives up, no matter the dire circumstances. And he has such an amazing rogues gallery. Say what you will about comics and companies you prefer, or heroes you prefer, but you cannot deny the wonderful rogues gallery that Batman has. Probably the most iconic set of villains of any comic book character whatsoever. The Joker, Mr. Freeze, Penguin, Hugo Strange. The list goes on to even the freaking Condiment King and Quilt Man. Yeah, real people. Egghead. Vincent Price played him in the Adam West Show. So many characters, whether they're campy or serious, they're all complex, and they're all like Batman, shaped by an incident or one day. It's interesting that he saw the mark of Zorro, his parents got shot, and that shaped the person he was from then on. I also like the cartoons. Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, Alan Burnett, those shows are fantastic with Kevin Conroy, the video games. I have a lot of merchandise, films, television, games of the character, and even comic books. I also like the different love interests he's had, whether it be Vicky Vale, Silver St. Cloud, Selena Kyle, Talia al Ghul. He has an illegitimate son with Damian Wayne. His feud with Deathstroke, especially recently in the comics, has been very good. The character continues to evolve, to change, and in many ways he kind of goes with the signs of the times, whether people want a lighter or darker Batman. And he's one of the few characters that's that adaptable to the times and different tones. It doesn't always work with the characters. And Batman's just one of a kind. I really love Christian Bale's Batman. I love the Batman versus Superman fight, their ideologies in BVS. I also like Michael Keaton. Val Kilmer is a very underrated Batman, and even Adam West. We don't talk about George Clooney. Well, we don't. No. Anyway, Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman, and I just love his work. And even the Telltale series games have been very well done. Again, Batman's always changing in other genres. And yeah, I just hope everybody out there has a happy National Batman Day. My favorite stories would probably have to be The Dark Knight Returns. I love him coming out of retirement. So many nods to another Frank Miller story called Batman Year One, an excellent origin piece. And then we have Batman the Killing Joke, the Joker graphic novel. And even though it's not like widely acclaimed as the others, I really love Kevin Smith's series with Batman Cacophony and the Widening Gyre. I can't wait for part 3. It needs a conclusion. That's one of my favorites. And of course, you have Greg Rucka and Batman's No Man's Land. Such a fantastic story. I love Nightwing. The evolution of Robin throughout the years would be Carrie Kelly, Timothy Drake, Richard Grayson, Jason Todd, or Damian Wayne. Batgirl, whether it be Barbara Gordon or Cassandra Cain. So many great incarnations, and yeah, there's only one Batman. I cannot believe he's almost 80 years old. And I love everything about the Batman. He's awesome. He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, the Dark Knight. He may not be the hero we need, but he's the one we deserve. Anyway, feel free down in the comments to let me know what you love most about Batman on this National Batman Day. And here are some other videos you can check out. You can check out my first Batman Day video in which I was more in-depth over my love of the Dark Knight.